Weak rulers after Nebuchadnezzar II. After Nebuchadnezzar II, one of Babylon's greatest kings, the rulers who followed were weak and lacked strong leadership. They were not skilled in governance and failed to continue the victories and order that Nebuchadnezzar had established. They lost the respect of officials, the army, and the people. Instead of improving the empire's economy, security, and politics, they only caused further disorder. There was conflict within the royal court, and many groups sought to seize power. They were not firm in facing external threats and did not listen to the cries of the people. As a result, the citizens lost trust in the government, making it easier for foreign invaders to conquer the empire. Political turmoil. After Nebuchadnezzar II, the government became chaotic. Officials and members of the royal family fought over who deserved to rule. There was no clear leadership, so many decisions were not properly implemented. The court became a center of intrigue and backstabbing, while the empire's provinces gradually slipped out of control. Because of this turmoil, the government weakened and could no longer stop internal unrest and external threats. Loss of the people's trust. As turmoil in the government worsened, the citizens gradually lost trust in their leaders. They saw the government's weakness, the lack of protection, and the abuse of power. Their needs were no longer heard, and corruption and poverty grew worse. Those who were once loyal to the kingdom began to complain, turn away, and withdraw their support from government projects. Because of this, when the Persians under Cyrus the Great arrived, many people did not resist. Instead, they accepted the new leadership, as they were already fed up with the corruption and weakness of their own government. King Nabonidus' departure from the capital. King Nabonidus, the last king of Babylonia, made a decision that further weakened the empire. He abandoned the capital, Babylon. Instead of staying at the center of government, he lived in a distant oasis in Timur, in present-day Arabia, for nearly 10 years. Because of this, he left the city without strong leadership during a time of crisis. In his absence, his son Belshazzar ruled, but he lacked charisma and was not recognized as the true king. The government lost direction, control over the military weakened, and the empire became increasingly fragmented. In the eyes of the people and the priests, Nabonidus had abandoned his duty, and he further lost the support of those around him. Religious offense. One of King Nabonidus's greatest mistakes was turning away from Babylon's traditional religion. Instead of worshipping Marduk, the city's chief god, he favored the moon god Sin. Because of this, the priests of Marduk and many citizens grew angry. At that time, religion was not only a matter of belief, it was also central to politics and social unity. So when Nabonidus offended the people's faith, he lost the support of powerful priests. The acceptance of his rule grew cold, and at a time when he most needed unity, he was abandoned by those who should have been his allies. Unpreparedness for external threats. While Babylonia was preoccupied with internal issues, such as political turmoil and religious violations, they neglected their defense against external threats. Their army had weakened and was no longer prepared for invasions. There was no clear strategy to strengthen their forces or protect the empire. Meanwhile, the Persian Empire under Cyrus the Great continued to grow stronger and was preparing to conquer Babylonia. Cyrus's strength was not just military, but also his wisdom in governance and his ability to connect with people, which gave Persia a major advantage. Due to Babylonia's lack of solid defense, the Persians were able to enter Babylon with ease. Cyrus the Great's attack on Babylon. In 539 BCE, the Persian Empire under Cyrus the Great was fully prepared to conquer Babylonia. Cyrus saw Babylonia's weaknesses: political instability, weak leaders, and a lack of military preparedness. He used these weaknesses to plan a swift and successful conquest. Cyrus's strategy was calculated. He diverted the Euphrates River, which flowed through Babylon, allowing his troops to pass beneath the city walls. On the night of the attack, the Persian army walked through the dry riverbed into the unguarded city. There was no one to stop them. The people of Babylon, exhausted and disillusioned with their government, offered little resistance. Instead, many citizens opened their homes and welcomed the Persians as their new rulers. Belshazzar, son of Nabonidus, was killed, and Nabonidus was captured. Babylonia had completely fallen. Support of the people for the conquerors. One reason for Babylonia's rapid fall was the support of the people for Cyrus the Great and the Persians. Many Babylonians, especially the priests and ordinary citizens, had grown tired of Nabonidus's rule. Due to his religious reforms and his long absence from the capital, the people had lost faith in their king. Cyrus, on the other hand, showed respect for Babylonian religion. He promised to honor the local gods, including Marduk, and to restore traditional rituals and practices. Because of this, the people welcomed him not as a conqueror, but as a liberator. The people's support for Cyrus made the Persian conquest easier and gave greater legitimacy to his rule over Babylon.